Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 3 of the Mirror Image Podcast. We are back for another week, man, to touch on all your favorite sports topics and things of that nature. Listen, all congratulations, no hating is the theme of what is going to be going on this episode, man. We'll tell you why as we get into the topics. But first and foremost, P, what up, though?
Hey, listen, man. First of all, I just want to give a quick, send my remorse to all these soldiers in California who are going through some tough times right now. I understand that there's been some stuff online about people losing their homes, and a lot of it's been the rich people losing their homes. There's certain things that money can't buy, right? You know what I mean? So I just want to take this time to send my remorses to anyone has been affected by those fires. I don't really understand how that works. I'm not too familiar with how wildfire works. So the whole thing seems crazy to me. That fire just keep going and going.
That's
But
wild. Yeah, and the video, the little clips and videos and all that we are getting from the outside looking in looks absolutely bananas.
Crazy.
But yeah, hearing all the craziness, man, the people losing everything is something that you can only imagine. Yeah, definitely. Excuse me. Prayers out to everybody, out there on the West Coast.
But definitely, yeah. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Mirror Image presented by Proving Grounds. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. So where do you want to start, man? I know this is just a beautiful time in sports, but in particularly in football, man, because it is crunch time, not only in the NFL, but in the NCAA, man. So college football has happened. I'll let you, lead the way when it comes to that, man. What's on your mental?
I kind of want to start with I want to go back a little bit. Did you see the Texas versus Ohio State game?
I seen it. I did see it.
That was crazy.
Yeah. For somebody who's a fan of the New York Giants, I stay plugged into what other fans are saying. And this is another quarterback that we could check off the list as far as who we want to be a New York Giant, because Ewers, respectfully, he is not it. Ewers is not it.
I'm hearing a lot of things going around, man. Hearing a lot of things going around. I think I heard about Dart Ewers might end up in New York. But I really want to.
Not it.
He's not it. Yeah,
he disappointed.
I mean, his homeboy Jack Sawyer had a good game, man. I love that game. I really do love that game. I love the game plan by Texas, and I'm interested to see what Notre Dame is going to do, because I thought they did a brilliant job defensively of double teaming my boy Smith. They double teamed him all night, and then they let the other players get off. And Notre Dame run that man to man.
Yeah.
They run man to man. You can't go man to man with Smith. So I wonder if they're gonna switch it up. But what's your thoughts on the game, though, man? The way it played out, Texas had that last drive, and then homeboy came with the strip sack, fumble return, which is crazy. That was his old roommate. How you feel about that?
First, let me just say this, man. Salute to Skull for Life Barber, 1975. He says, "Sup, fellas? We will be talking about your beloved Vikings."
Yes, it's coming.
Yeah, that is coming. But yeah, man, thanks for tuning in. As far as that game goes, man, I just want to preface this by just saying, the playoffs in the NCAA.
Yeah,
I've been loving it so far. It's not what I can say for the NFL, but of course we'll get to that. But the NCAA, man, they've been putting on some good games. And this game particularly, man, it's frustrating because they got all the way to the red zone, and then when that happened, it was like the damn, like, man, it felt like he kind of let his team down, particularly on that fumble, because there's, in hindsight, you look at the replay, there's so many different things that you would want your quarterback to do in a position like that.
Hmm.
But as far as the entertainment value of what it was, yo, man, that was a good game, man, a real good game, from both football clubs, and I enjoyed it, man. I ain't even gonna lie.
All right, and then the other game we had Notre Dame defeat Penn State 27-24.
Now that's the one.
Yes, Marcus Freeman becomes the first Black and Asian American coach to compete in the national championship. So, what were your thoughts on that game, and how do you feel about that accomplishment?
So as far as the game is concerned,
Hmm.
that was the one for me. That was another good game. Um, Listen, I am a Michigan. I live in Michigan now, so I'm like a Michiganian now,
Hmm.
and I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When I first moved here, I seen a sign that said Notre Dame, or like the exit sign that had Notre Dame up there. I had no idea where Notre Dame was. I live super duper close to Notre Dame, and so I low key it's
That's
just
crazy. I just learned that right now.
yo, yeah. It's like I just learned that, and it's wow. So I also with that being said, I do understand that it was a super duper cold game, um, and I also think that the people, the team, all four teams that made it to that position, I guess that you could call it, let's just say the final four,
Hmm.
was well deserved. I think both teams played their best ball, and I'm not
Yeah,
mad. I'm not mad at anything that happened. It was just football, man. I really didn't
yeah.
have too much of a dog in the fight, and
They
it
got your
was just two
boy
good games.
in Notre Dame. They got the quarterback that came from Duke last year,
Yeah, Leonard. So
and that and
y'all
I
y'all
think.
could y'all could go on TP Way the Giant. Y'all could see
Hmm.
the vlog. I see Drake May and Leonard go at it. That was the first time I heard of Leonard when I went to that game, UNC versus Duke. And Leonard, he did his thing. He did
Yeah.
his thing. And I even got at the end, because that game went down to the wire, UNC versus Duke. Leonard made this sideline pass that I have in the vlog that was just a beauty. That was a beauty. And that kind of stamped it for me when I was like, all right, I'm gonna start paying a little bit more attention to this dude. So everything that he did in that game, man, didn't even surprise me because he's like that, man. He's like that.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely shout out to Marcus Freeman, like I said, becoming the first Asian and Black, you know, head coach to go to the national
Let me say
championship.
something about that though.
Okay.
Let me say something about that. Now, Coach Freeman, what I don't like is this. At the end of the game, they're doing all their congratulatory things, and they pass him the mic and they speak about that accomplishment on being the first black head coach to be in the national championship. It's a dope accomplishment. I get being the team guy. I get being the guy that says, "Listen, I want everybody to also remember, like, Notre Dame did this. Shout out to Notre Dame. Shout out to this team." I get all that good stuff. What I didn't like though in that post game interview is that he didn't speak too much to that.
Hmm.
I felt like that was the time to just say a little something about that and to put a little emphasis on that. I think he dropped the ball when it came to that moment as somebody who was sitting back proud. They gave him the layup. They even asked, they when they asked the
Yeah, but
question, they gave him the
you
layup.
gotta think it's wartime. It's wartime. He got to think about keeping his poise and keeping his soldiers locked in. It's wartime right now. The goal's not done. You know what I mean? So yeah, I understand he could have took some type of notoriety to the situation, but he was like, nah, you know what? It's all about the team. He's trying to make sure those are young kids out there. Lock in. We not done. We not done. We gonna enjoy this tonight, and we going straight to Ohio State. Like, you know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? So I feel
I
that.
think he could have. I think he could have did both. I think he could have did both. I think he could have, said his piece on being the first black
You know,
coach, and he
you
could
don't
have.
want the kids to have any moment of satisfaction right now. I don't want them having any moment of, oh, that is cool. Nah,
Bro, they
nothing's
was
cool.
eating
Nothing's
oranges. They eating oranges and shit on the field. Like they kicking it.
Yeah,
They
that's
was
facts. You're right.
celebrating. But Skull for Life says, my man on the left, who is your NFL team, bro?
I'm
Yeah,
glad
tell
you
him
asked. I'm glad you asked. You know what I'm saying?
that.
My NFL team is the Carolina Panthers, man. The Carolina
Whoa,
Panthers.
trash. I know, man. I'm sorry you had to wait to hear that trash. You ain't even get no heat out of that answer. It was
You
just,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Where we go? 5-12 this year? Yeah, 5-12. 5 win, some slight. We trying to get there,
You know
trying to
what's
improve.
ridiculous is that y'all don't know, man. He was like, he's sending me like reels of Cam Newton, like accomplishment posts and all of that, and I'm like, yo, enough is enough, man. That team didn't go win a bowl. Like, we don't need to hear about that team no
You
more,
don't
man.
you don't understand the impact of what Cam Newton did in the 2010s. Like our team in 2015 is one of the most monumental teams in that
How?
10-year frame by far.
How?
Just of
They didn't how? They
everything
didn't
that
win
happened.
nothing. Hey, y'all
It's
didn't
not
win
about
shit.
that. Everybody knows we didn't have no receivers when we got to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so
Kelvin
let's stop talking
Benjamin got
about you.
hurt.
Let's stop talking about y'all years later.
It's
Like, what
it's
did
one of
y'all
the
do?
greatest. It's one of the greatest what if stories you can ask.
Nah, see, we don't care about no what ifs
You know
too
what I
much.
mean? So
No, that's not even top 5 what ifs to me. We don't think about when we think about what ifs. We ain't thinking about that. A what if to me is what if RG3 stayed healthy. That's a what if. Not not if the Panthers had extra players. Like, no, what?
people do ask that, Jay.
All right, I got a what
They
if for you.
ask.
What if
I know you
Cam
go. What if
Newton?
he jumped over the ball? Blah blah blah. The fumble.
What
Yeah,
if Cam Newton had
yeah.
some heart? You know what I
Listen,
mean? Yeah, that's
listen.
a
His
good what if.
his feet were hurt, man.
All right, man. So yeah. Anyway, those were 2 good games, man, to get to this national championship. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to them for putting on
Who you
some.
got?
Oh man, I gotta go. I gotta go Notre Dame. I'm rooting for Notre Dame, but I think Ohio State is gonna win.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Ohio State is gonna win.
yeah. Likewise, I got Ohio State because Notre Dame plays that man to man. They're heavy on man to man. They've been doing it all year. They've done a great job. But when you go man to man with number 4 out there and number 2 out there, it's not going to work out to me.
Shout out to my guy Derek tuned in. He says, "What up, my guys?"
What's
Salute to
popping?
Derek, man. Thanks for tuning in, bro. All right, yeah. So all right, cool. We'll see, man. I can't even keep up on like who's winning the takes match. Um, but I'm gonna remember this one, man. We both agree. We both agree. We got Ohio State.
Oh, I definitely am. You last week you said one of your boys fell
Well, you
short. The
about to make up
Vikings.
some lie.
You said the Vikings are going to win.
And what did you say?
I said the Vikings. But nah, you said nah, you probably got me. This you right.
I'm
Probably
telling
got
you, man. I'm telling you, we gonna keep up with it.
me.
But
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's talk NFL, man.
Mm-hmm.
Playoff football. Um, Listen, I just want to say that I am disappointed on how these playoffs kicked off. Um, the only good game was the Commander game,
Mm-hmm.
but which has kind of been a theme of this season. They had a few, game-winning drives, game-winning plays this season, and that is also is what brings the wow factor into everything that they're doing over there. But outside of that, man, everything else has been ass whoopings. Everything else has pretty much been ass whoopings. I watched the Ravens joint. I watched the Ravens game.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't hold up to its hype. I thought that was going to be much more than what it was. I was disappointed in that. I was disappointed in the Texans and the Charger joint.
Mm-hmm.
Texans whooped up on them so bad. Matter of fact, everybody who is adding the extra emphasis on what's quarterback name? What's my
Herbert.
guy name? Herbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Squash that. That is dead. So we don't even have to talk about that anymore because I know up to this point everybody's been back and forth. That is dead. That is dead.
Mhm.
Um, the Eagles and Packers, boom, that was a disappointment. The Eagles did everything to lose that game, and the Packers just dropped the ball on that one. I'm disappointed because, of course, I wanted the Eagles to lose. And then you had the
Mhm.
Broncos and the Bills, and the Bills just whipped up on the Broncos. But what people don't understand is Bo Nix, it's not a Bo Nix thing. Bo Nix actually played decent. His receivers let him down a lot that game. Let him down a lot that game. And yeah, that's my little quick rundown. But we could go game for game if you want. What do you think, man?
Yeah, let's go game for game. Let's start with that
Uh,
Ravens and Pittsburgh game. I think what I like from that game is Lamar Jackson, man. I think he's finally has the combination of running and passing down to a T. Like he's running very efficiently, he's passing very efficiently, he's not turning the ball over, and that's always what we've seen out of him in the playoffs. It seemed when he got to the playoffs, his arm would just tire out or something. And then
yeah.
also, it seemed like he wasn't as aggressive running the ball in the playoffs. Like for some reason, he just slowed down a little bit. And I feel like this year, what I saw at that first game was a
Wow.
perfect balance on just
Yep.
running, making plays, making the right throw. The passes look accurate. This looks very very scary right now.
So my man Jamel Booth, man, shout out to Booth in the
Oh,
chat,
shout
man.
out!
You know, this used to be one of my quarterbacks in high school, man. You know how Terrell says my quarterback. You know, that's how I feel about my guy, Booth, man. The Ravens going to win the bowl? Question mark. I'll answer that very quickly for you, Booth. Absolutely not. The Ravens, the Ravens, I do think that when it comes to the Ravens, man, the Ravens are only going to beat themselves. What kind of fears me with the Ravens is their lack of receivers. I think is going to, in the long run, is going to hurt them. Now, although they did look good, and although I don't
Flowers
know why
didn't play.
I don't know why I'm forgetting everybody's name today, man. I don't know what it is, but number 7, um,
Bateman.
Bateman. Even though he's been looking pretty good, um, and the tight end play Isaiah Likely, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and what's his name? Um,
Talking about 89. I forgot his name
yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm off my square, but everything has been looking good
Andrews,
as
Mark
far
Andrews.
Mark Andrews, of course.
Mhm.
Everything has been looking solid as far as that connection is, but I think there's only going to be a matter of time where all of that catches up to him. I really do, man, and I want Lamar to win the bowl. I really do. I want Lamar to win the bowl. I just I have my doubts. I have my doubts. Um, Now, I do want to preference this by just saying, all my Steeler fans, y'all need to cut it out with the Mike Tomlin bullshit, man. I'm gonna just say that. All of y'all talking about fire Mike Tomlin and all of that, yo, y'all spoiled, man. This man is really spoiled, y'all. Y'all have not gotten to the Super Bowl because of Mike Tomlin.
Mm.
He has took mediocre rosters to the playoffs, and y'all don't even understand what that means, to a team like myself. We don't have that. Over there at the Giants, we don't have that.
That's true.
Man, the things I would love Mike to get a Mike Tomlin. I would absolutely love to get a Mike Tomlin. So y'all keep messing with your blessing all you want. But you better appreciate that man while you have him. And y'all just need to focus on doing the right stuff and getting the right people in the off season that can make it happen. Because time after time, I'll be watching these games and he be cooking up some stuff, man. And at the end of the day, y'all have to start evaluating these games on lack of execution and not just trying to put the blame game every time on your head coach.
Mm. Yeah, I can't say nothing to that. I agree wholeheartedly. I don't
Come on,
understand what
man.
they're looking at. They're like, at
Come
some
on,
point, it got
man.
to stop, man.
That's
At
because we
some
both
point,
got
it got
teams at
to
the bottom.
stop. Right, right. I think, but I mean, seriously though, at some point you got to stop. At some point, you got to ask yourself and understand the holes in the team. Like, firing the coach is always the easy way out. The players got to play. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree to that.
Yeah, so Booth asked in the chat, he said, "So who you got as far as in the Super Bowl?" Um, to be real with you, I got the Lions until proven otherwise. I got the Lions till proven otherwise. You know what I mean? They right now it just seems like they bark is as big as they bite, and
Hmm.
they just need to keep being them for real, for real. I just like the momentum on what they got. But
Hmm.
Derek says I got the Bills winning it all. I could respect that. I could respect that. Only thing with Bills, which we'll talk about, is they got to make it through big boy Pat before I could even say Bills anything. Um,
So what I want to talk about is that Vikings versus Rams game.
oh, you want to skip? You want to just get to the next round? You want to talk about? You want to talk about it
I want to
already?
talk about it.
All right,
Yeah,
let's go.
the
Let's go because I've been
Vikings,
actually waiting on this one.
Vikings versus Rams. You know, yeah, had a good season. But something about it just remind me of Floyd Mayweather,
Uh,
right? When I think about that Vikings versus Rams game, it reminds me of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather would do these tactics in the press conference because he understood that when them lights hit, he know how to stay poised. He knows how to react. He always says, "I've been there. I'm experienced. I know what to do." And that's what the Rams had. They had a quarterback. They had a receiver. They had the coach who's been there under the lights. They know what to expect. Was this the first time Jefferson was under the lights?
no.
Oh, well, he played like it. We know this is Darnold's first time under the lights. And they coach under the lights. It just seemed like they froze up. They got there and completely froze up. That O line, I mean, it looked like they was blinded by the lights all night.
Yeah,
They was getting killed,
yeah.
killed. And it's just unfortunate to see that. They got to the big game and simply froze. That's all I saw. I didn't see that the Rams did absolutely great. I didn't see that the Vikings, necessarily did bad. I just saw them freeze. The lights were too bright for them.
Well, I just want to say this on the flip side. I know I just spoke about Mike Tomlin, but I'm gonna say O'Donnell got
Mm-hmm.
outcoached. He got simply
Absolutely.
outcoached in that game, man. And I was pissed off because as you can see in the chat, shout out to Skull for Life, Barber. I got Viking people that once we out of the picture, I pick my wins. I want certain teams to win for different things, and I rock with the Viking fan base. I rock with the whole shout out to Rap, shout out to D Woods and Zoe, and shout out to all of them. And I was rooting for the Vikings.
Mm,
And the Vikings completely, and when I say completely disappointed me, they completely disappointed me. They
yeah.
got out coached, they got outplayed,
Out hustled
and out. It was everything, man. It was
everything.
everything. And I know everybody's on Sam Donald's case and all of that, but I understand that it's easy to talk Sam Donald this and that, but I'm looking at the game, man. And a lot of that was just it was your O'Donnell, who was also the offensive coordinator, he did not help Sam Donald at all, man. He did not help him out. It was a chess match that was clearly going the other way, man. And I'm just disappointed because not to just bring up giant shit, but we had a talk with the Vikings in the beginning of the season because the Giants played the Vikings first game of
Hmm.
the season, and we talked about the 2022 playoff game um, where we played them,
Okay.
and we pretty much upset them. We beat them that first game in the playoffs, but to be honest with you, a lot of that was because of the same reason on which you seen uh, the other night.
Hmm.
The Vikings just didn't show up at any phase of the ball. Defensively, I'll leave them out of it because I do think that for the most part they kind of just did for the most part. There were some things, but they kind of did all that they could do for the most part. But
Hmm.
they weren't together, man. They didn't come into this game like it didn't seem like they were prepared for this game at all. They didn't seem like the coaching staff was together in this. It was just a disaster. It was an ass whooping from literally start to finish. And it was kind of similar to our game.
Yeah, I knew they was gonna lose. To me, I just looked at the way they played versus Detroit because I knew that was their first moment. You know what I mean, of the season. That was your time to step up. Don't get me wrong, 14-3 is spectacular. But when I saw them play against
Yep.
Detroit,
Shout out to Zoe.
when they really, really needed a game to win, when they needed
Yeah.
a game to really clinch and get a bye, the way I saw them perform, I said, "There's the formula right there. There's the
Yeah.
formula." And what did the Rams do? They just copied the formula. They literally
As they
displayed how
should.
to beat Minnesota, and that's exactly what happened. And
But
I
you gotta
do
know
not.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
You
gotta,
got to know that.
you know
You
what I
got to
mean?
adjust. Yeah,
Exactly. You
it's a
gotta know
copycat
that, all
league.
right, look, you got to know, all right, this is more than likely this is how the opposing team is going to play us,
Mhm.
and you know what I mean. This is the game plan going into this game. This is what you get paid the big bucks for, man.
And just like you said, I'm with that. I'm not with the quarterback slander when they get sacked 8 times and they getting pressured. I'm not with that. We got to start analyzing football and really looking at the nuances of it. What's the old line doing? Nobody's going to survive like that when it gets to the playoffs. I don't know if people understand when you get to the playoffs, it's defense time. That's when championships. That's what separates you when the Super Bowl or not is defense time. Watch the next games. When you watch the Bills and the Ravens and Houston and the Chiefs, pay attention to the defense. That's going to tell the game. Not the eyes on the Mahomes and the Mar and all that. They're going to be them. Look at the game.
My man in the zone podcast, who I just mentioned, he said our O line is ass. They can't probably block y'all.
Well, that's a little different. I'm kind of.
No, that's a fact. But look, and then I do want to send a message out to the Viking fans.
Mm,
We'll be seeing y'all next year. We play the Vikings again. That's gonna be exciting.
oh my God.
Um, I will say this though. Uh, I've listened to the Viking fans dog Kirk Cousins out and got him up out of there. And even when he was out of there, they continued to dog Kirk Cousins. You know, every time his name was brought up, and I heard it.
Mhm.
I listened to it. I heard it all, and I was just like, okay, that's the relationship that they have with him. And then I also listened to the fans after the game, and y'all tried to do the same thing with Sam Donald. Now, understand this. Y'all have to draw the line at somewhere, and y'all have to start looking at other areas.
Mm.
Because I can relate to issuing what the problem is, the issue is. I'm like a professional at that at this point. Y'all have to start looking at your coaching. It is so easy to just pick up the quarterback and just say, boom, 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 it's his fault. There should be a level of appreciation for what Sam Darnold did for y'all this season. Because I can tell you one thing: nobody had that expectation for Sam. You know what I mean?
And, and,
Low
and
key.
as you
Go ahead.
mentioned, they coaching, they position group coaching too. Because we're gonna really talk about
That's real.
specifically the offensive line coach. We're gonna talk about the receiver coach. Because why is Justin Jefferson going out there and running routes and he on the ground?
Bro, he did the same thing when we played him in the playoffs. You
We
know
got to
what I
talk
mean?
about it.
Everything got to be in question. Like everything got to be a question. You know what I mean? And it's all said, Sam did good for his worth. This was our rebuilding year. That's a fact. And I will say that when I talked to the Viking fans, they did say that, this wasn't the year that they expected
Mhm.
to do all of these miraculous things. They did say that this was,
Well,
just
well, Sam played for the mighty great Carolina Panthers. So I've seen him perform, and I
yeah,
understand that he's better than what people think. He's not garbage. He's far from that. He's not garbage. And he's still young. He's like 25, 26. So
yeah,
he has a lot of tape under his belt. He's learned a lot over the years. he is far from garbage. I like him. I think he's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, well, I, I like him somewhere else. Don't all the Giant fans stop bringing his name up, man. Stop bringing his name up.
He will help
I
you
don't
out.
want I don't want him as a Giant, man. But see, you got to understand though.
That's
Also,
because
if
you
you
should
can't
go
just get
blind right now, so that's why you just.
but after that though, it's also like you got to realize that you don't just get Sam Darnold. You got to know how to coach him and put him in the right position to be the Sam Darnold that you've seen this past year.
Mhm.
And I don't trust our coaching staff with that. We no man, no, absolutely not. So yeah, keep Sam Darnold far away from anything that the Giants have going
Mhm.
on, respectfully, and whatever. Scholes says KOC needs to give up play calling, and yeah, and that's a fact, and that's something that we're dealing with. The Giants are dealing with.
But that's what
We
got
have a
y'all
head
there.
coach.
That's what
Got
got
who
y'all there.
where?
I'm
Got
talking
who
about the
where?
Vikings.
Oh,
Vikings.
okay. No,
They just
no,
can't
but
freeze under the lights, man. I think that's
they
all.
they have a problem beating those good teams though. They have a problem beating those good teams. So I mean, they got take. I mean, look, if you look at the roster, man, it looks like they got too much firepower on offense to go out the way they went out.
Yeah,
Hawkinson, Addison, Jefferson. You would think that your offense looks better than what it looked like on paper.
yeah,
You
that's
know what I
true.
mean?
That's true.
JJ McCarthy tweet after the Sam Darnold stock went down.
I seen that. I seen that. I like that. I like that.
Oh shit.
I like the energy
Uh,
behind that.
we gonna really talk about it. Yeah, let's
Ooh,
get to these NFC East games because yeah, I do want to talk about it. Yeah,
bring it up.
TJ's in the chat. He
Go
says
ahead.
Commanders in this whole game. Yeah, let's move on, man. Let's talk about these.
Did you have the Commanders winning?
I did.
No, you did not.
I did.
You said they was
I
gonna lose. I think
Bro,
you was
check
hating.
the tape. I did say I
Yeah,
think the Commanders was gonna win. I did
that's
say that.
right.
I
That's
said,
right. I
and
thought
I
you
had an
was. That's
NFC
right.
East
That's right.
segment. I said it there too.
You did. You
Now,
did. You did.
let me start off by saying this, man. Shout out to the Commanders. Shout out to the Commanders on such an amazing accomplishment. Doing what no one expected.
The
Jaden
Washington Panthers.
Daniels, Jaden Daniels having an incredible rookie season. But I also want to make sure that y'all understand the shit is over. It is over. This is where the shit stops right here. This is where it ends. Yeah, great year. I can't y'all have exceeded expectation. I can't even throw no hate y'all way. But it is a wrap. The Lions is about to put belt to ass. And y'all keep thinking that, oh, hey, the Commanders might sneak up on them. Bro, no. Now I will say, if you're a Commander, like I told TJ, if you're a Commander fan, you want to play the Lions right now, because if you beat the Lions, you're really looking at the Super Bowl for real, for real. But nah, man, nah, man, nah, man, nah, man. The Lions is just built a little bit different, man, and it's over, man. It's over.
See what I just did
So
there?
let's just go ahead and wrap it up.
See what I just
And
did there?
all of that.
I'm putting the glasses on.
Booth says, where do you rank Jaden Daniels' rookie season amongst the greats? That's a
You hear
good
me, Jerry?
question. Yeah. What is that?
Listen, I want to go back real quick because
Okay.
I totally disagree with your opinion on the Commanders. I totally disagree.
Hold
I
on.
think you're
Okay, go ahead.
not. I think you're not really analyzing the game, and that's why I put on the glasses, because people like you are so blinded with
Thank you, bro.
hate. You're blinded with emotion. You're blinded with turmoil that you're not watching what you're seeing. The Commanders have a whole new ownership. They're switching the way they're doing things. They have a quarterback who is the most clutch quarterback in the NFL this year. And in the playoffs, that's all that matters. You need somebody under center who's going to show up. He has a dynamic connection to Scary Terry.
Yo,
The defense.
clutch
The,
don't mean shit when you got a team that's putting up 50 points. Clutch ain't gonna help you.
you
Come
missing it.
on, man.
You missing it. Jada Daniels don't flinch. That's all fine and dandy until you get there with somebody who don't flinch. Detroit is on a bye week. You know how much that hurt teams. And the Commanders have nothing to lose. I think you're looking at it from the hater lens and you're not really seeing what's going on.
It's no hate. You have to understand that also, you're not even thinking about the bigger picture. Like, you have to think about how the Detroit Lions exited the playoffs last year. You think they're gonna come into this game playing around? You think they don't understand what it takes to finish things this time around? Yeah, yeah, you tripping. Yeah, you tripping. It's not gonna work like that. They're gonna come out firing, and they're gonna play some good ball, man. They're gonna play some good ball, and trust me, all respect to the Commanders. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I mean, look, they've had an excellent year, so it's
Listen,
no hate.
the Commanders are, I hate to say this, but the Commanders are just like my Carolina Panthers.
All right, now I know that. Now I know you just.
Listen, I'm that's who we're going to be next year. I see it. We are the Commanders. I see it. The way they are put together. We had a lot of injuries this year. We went 5-12. I'm looking at it and
Yeah. So
in
I
the
don't know.
Zoe
I don't know,
podcast.
y'all. He's
You're
tripping,
not
y'all. He's tripping. Yeah,
you're
yeah. He
not
lost
really
all
watching the
credibility.
game.
He lost
Y'all
all
not. I'm
credibility.
asking y'all to watch the game. Don't let the game watch you. What I
Yeah.
see in the Commanders got nothing but Panthers players. Number one, let's just put that
Yo,
out there.
I'm gonna have to ask you, yo, not to smoke before we record. All right, like, because that is
But nah,
absolutely
in
insane.
all seriousness, no, yeah, Detroit gonna win that game by 21.
Come on, yo. Let's just save the time. Let's just save the
For real.
time. Let me get back to Booth's question, man. Booth did ask, where do you rank Jaden Daniels' rookie season amongst the greats?
Ooh, good question.
Um,
Good question.
JD5 was nice. Cam was on a different level.
Oh my God.
Yo, I'm gonna be real with
Please.
you. As far as a rookie campaign is concerned, it is tricky. I think what takes JD5 to the next level, other than the other quarterbacks who've been on their rookie campaign, is
Hmm.
that he took a team like the Commanders to the playoffs. And when I say that, I don't think y'all understand how difficult that may be,
Yeah.
or just how different that is. First of all, the history with the Commanders going to the playoffs is not just something that is just common. And for them getting out of that ugly relationship that they just got out of with the old management and shit like that, you would think that it would take some time before they even consider the playoffs. And for him to lead a fairly young team and a bunch of new pieces to the playoffs like they did this year, you got to give him credit for that, yo. You can't even hate on that if you want to. You know what I mean? I had my doubts. My assessment about him was completely wrong. I thought he was a basketball player playing football. I thought if you hit him a couple good times, he wasn't gonna make it throughout the whole season.
Hmm.
But yo, he did it. He did it. Now I will say, his sophomore year, he's going to have to show me something because we have had a history of seeing sophomore slumps. That is a true thing. But we'll talk about that at another time. I will say he is up there with the best of them when it comes to rookie campaigns. I can't lie to you, man. I can't lie to you.
To give you a straight answer, Booth, I would say Devin Hester, I think, probably has the best rookie season. Devin Hester, because that's the year they went all the way to Super Bowl, Chicago. He had the kick return and all that stuff. He had about 5 kick returns that year. And I'll say Randy Moss, I think, is number 2 for all-time rookies. And then I'll go probably, I think
I
Lawrence
mean,
Taylor went crazy too,
you
way
got a
back in
whole
the day.
bunch of rookies, man. You got
Yeah,
Odell.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you got a whole bunch.
Odell.
You know what I
And then
mean?
I'll probably go Jaden. I'll throw him in there. As far as quarterbacks,
Yeah, as far as quarterbacks, that's the question.
I'm thinking
That
Cam.
is
I'm
the
thinking
question.
RG3. Yeah, definitely has RG3. So yeah, he probably number 1.
Yeah. Eric Dickerson went for
Yes,
yeah, man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fact. I
Yep.
mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely put him up there, man. I definitely put him up there, but yeah, I'm not gonna hate on him. I'm not gonna hate on him, man. Jaden Daniels is like that, man. My man Lamar is asking me a Giants question, man. He says, I got questions for you guys. Do you think Brian Dable should give up his play calling? Um, I'm trying to think of a more dramatic way to say hell yeah, because anything that I like just saying yeah won't express it enough, man. But
Man, to
come
answer
on,
that,
man.
I'm not with the politics. If he was black, he'll be fired. Period.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I ain't
Put
mad
that
at
out
that take. I ain't mad at that take at all. Nah, that's a fact, man.
He was
That
black,
is
he'll
a
be
fact.
right over here with us talking right now.
Yeah.
Like, get him out of here.
That's a fact. TJ says hands down best rookie season ever. Uh,
Washington
from a from
Panthers.
a from a quarterback, or just ever. Because I mean that's interesting, man. I would definitely have to do my Googles a little bit to see what's what. But like I said, I put him up there. I put him up there, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I would definitely put him up there. Let's get into these other games, man. My fault, man. What did you think about that Texans and Chargers joint?
Just Herbert, man. Herbert kind of let me down. I like the game plan in the beginning for the Chargers. I feel like we're running the ball heavy. It's playoff football. It just seemed to just get away. Some unfortunate events. The turnovers was crazy. It was just an ugly game for the Chargers. And that after, I want to say after the first quarter, it just got bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, man, respectfully, because I actually like CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
But CJ Stroud is a little ass to me, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Mm.
Like, I watched the game, and I tried to give him a pass of the game before this because he was looking horrible. But then I was watching him. I was assessing like the things that he did down the stretch of this game. And yes, the score got out of hands, but I want everybody to understand that the defense really did everything.
Yeah.
The defense really did like everything in that game. Now I don't want to take away from my man's um
We talking about on Texans?
the receiver 12.
Oh,
Um,
Collins. Nico.
Nico. I don't want to take away from
Yeah.
Nico because he was killing. He was absolutely killing. They didn't have an answer for him at all. But I just don't like CJ Stroud. He's another one, man. Their season is over with. They're not going to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It is over with after this game, and because ultimately the defense is not going to be able to keep up that level of play. But shout out to them because they did come out there to play in that game particularly. And Stingley, he is somebody who the
Mm.
cornerback, he is somebody who I definitely he moves up in rank in my book because
Yeah.
I knew he was official, but
Yeah.
in this game itself, he was also balling out. But all in all, man, yeah, CJ Stroud, he's a little overrated to me, man. He's a little ass. I think he's a little like he just has sparks of it. Like he not totally there, but he has sparks of it. And yeah, I think
Is he better than Sam Darnold or Jaden Daniels?
yeah, I'm not going to disrespect him. I'm not going to disrespect him. He's better than Sam Donald, but I'm not giving him Jaden Daniels. Now
Okay.
he did take the Texans to the playoffs, which is
Mm-hmm.
that's honorable. That's honorable. But I'm looking at his game, man. I'm looking at his game, and I look. There's a lot of question marks. Booth says ass is crazy. It's film out on him now.
Yeah, I think it's a little wild. I don't think he's ass. I think he definitely
No, just
has
say he got a little to it. Like he's a little ass. Like
a
it
sprinkle,
ain't all the way
of.
there. Yeah, yeah. Like You know what I mean? It's just it ain't really jump all the way out yet, but it's there. It's there. And I think we're really gonna see a lot. Let's watch this Chief game. Let's watch this Chief game.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna really see what is what. We're gonna see what is what for real, for real. But yeah, man, I think he just puts his teams in bad positions, man. That's it. Um, what other game we need to cover? Oh, Packers and Eagles.
Mm.
Packers and Eagles.
Man.
Um, let me just start by saying Saquon Barkley is a band. If you don't know what that is, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. But Saquon Barkley, bro, he's getting corny to me, man. I'm gonna just say it like that, man. And I know y'all not gonna respect it because it's
I'm
coming from
not.
me.
I'm not.
Nah, but he's getting
We're
corny,
not
man.
gonna
He's
let that
getting
happen,
corny.
yo. We're not
Somebody
gonna let
gotta
that
say it,
happen.
man.
I
Nah,
just
he's
think,
getting thrown up.
man, it's
Nah,
just to be the best running back in the league, to do
I'll get
all
that
the
to him.
things right,
I'll
to
get that
get
to him.
ready to break a run and slide and
That's
let the
corny,
time run out,
bro. We can't champion that, bro.
to be
We can't
focusing on
champion that.
winning. Man, I just love the way he's doing. I don't see how, I don't see what organization
They're gonna
would
lose.
want to lose someone like him. I love the respect he's getting. I love the way the O line is taking care of him. His teammates are rallying around him. I'm just so excited for his career. I'm glad he's feeling this. He's feeling the love of Philadelphia. This is where he's always been long, with people who are going to cater around to him and understand who he is and let him. He's a leader too, man. He can easily, bro. How many people in that
That's
moment would have went
corny.
and took off? He said, "No, we
That
gotta
is
think
corny,
long,
yo.
fellas. We gotta think about the long
The
haul."
fake humbleness shit may work on other people. It's not working on a guy like me, man. You mean to tell me that you stopped running like mad yards before you should have? Like, even if you take the route of not scoring a touchdown, okay, but you stopped that early. You talk about, oh, I didn't want a quad injury or a hammy injury or something like that. Just, bro, that's some fake humble shit that I think he's just taking it to the next level, and he's trying to be the fan favorite again. He's doing too much with it, and it's corny. It's corny. Is he the best running back in the league this year? Yes, I'll give that to
Absolutely.
you. But that fake humbleness shit is whack. It's whack, man. It's whack. And people like y'all falling for it. Y'all are falling for
Y'all don't get it because
it's
y'all
whack.
not watching what he's doing. What he did was he stopped. He stopped running. You know why? That was a message to y'all. To the what he did
Yo,
was he basically was saying, "Y'all didn't want me to run, so I ain't gonna run."
bro, boo. What? Boo. Boo.
That's all it
Man, it's
was.
just and there's a lot of this that whole team in itself, bro. That's why I can't stand the Eagles, bro, because everything about
They
the Eagles is
dogs.
just corny.
They
Oh, the
dogs.
Eagles, bro. If the
Yes.
Eagles is dogs, then I don't know what to tell you, man. If
Brown
you
is a
think they're
dog.
dogs,
He wants the ball just
you're
like
trolling.
any
All
other
right, you're
receiver.
trolling. You're trolling. I caught on. All right, I caught
You
on.
are crazy.
You're trolling.
Brown is a
You're trolling.
dog. He wants the ball like any other receiver. That's why he's mad. Like, yo, throw me the rock.
How are you mad and your team is winning in the playoffs?
It's about being. He knows the best chance for them winning is giving him the rock. That's what a
But they
dog thinks.
won. That cancels out everything you said because they
You
won.
just said that a dude sliding was corny, but then a
Yes.
dude being a dog and one is corny too.
What is corny is your team is winning and you're on the sideline
Nah,
pouting about
yo,
getting the ball.
nah. We want that in
Everything
the
about their
playoffs.
team, Devontae Smith deserves better, man. Come be a Giant, yo. Straight up. Devontae
What?
Smith is the only dude on the Giants roster that I really can really respect for real. I'm gonna just say that, man. I'm gonna just say that. Everybody else is whack. Jalen Hurts, whack. AJ Brown, whack. Saquon Barkley, whack. Everybody. What's the dude Chatterbox who be talking crazy on defense and shit? Yeah, I don't know what it is up with me today. I can't remember nobody's name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. He whack. All of these dudes is whack, man.
You
For
got a
real, for
Saquon
real.
jersey?
Sirianni, whack.
Do you got a
Everything
Saquon
about these
jersey?
dudes. Their fan base is whack. Yeah, I got a
Do you got?
Saquon jersey when he was real.
Okay.
When he was real.
Case closed.
When he was real. But I don't got nothing to do with nothing. I don't care about what Saquon do. Saquon could do whatever he want. He could go succeed and have a great career. You know what I mean? That ain't my worries. I care about what the Giants do. He's old news. He's not my focus no more. What Saquon do is one thing. I got no real like hate. I'm not
You
hating on
have
the man. I'm just
you
calling
have
it like I see it.
you have no choice but to focus on him, sir. He's playing still.
No, no, it's not my focus. I'm saying like I don't care like to say, oh man, I wish he was a Giant still. Like, nah, I don't care.
You don't
I
wish he was a
don't.
Giant?
No,
Oh yeah.
no.
See,
For real,
that's crazy.
for you to be a Giant,
That's wild.
you got to have a certain level of this. You
That's
got to have a
wild.
certain level of this, and that's what we lacking. That's what we lacking. See what I'm saying? I come from the era of when you was a Giant. Everywhere you went, you was known as that. You
Oh
was
my
known as
God, he
that. You had
ran
a
for 2,000 yards, and you say you don't want to be a Giant?
bro, but you
What?
know what he also did? He pulled the KD. I just can't respect it, man. You don't go to the Eagles, man. You don't go to the Eagles. A true Giant don't do shit like that, man.
That's wild.
And it's not like it's not like, man, come on. There's a lot of things about it that's just it's not respectable, man. It's man, whatever. Go ahead, go ahead.
So before we get to the predictions coming up for the games, I want to talk about what's been hitting the headlines a little bit, man. Coach Primetime Deion Sanders has been in talks with the Dallas Cowboys. Do you see that as a good thing for them? In the future, do you think that'll be a good pickup, Coach Prime to Dallas?
I just hate how the media play these games, man. And then you got fans taking stories and just running with it.
Mm.
This was a fake ass narrative that's been just brought up just because it sounds good. Coach Prime, Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Dion, whatever you want to call him, he's not going to the Cowboys, and nothing about that is attractive, man. Coach Prime, I'm gonna be real with you. He can't coach, man. He can't coach, and he's just and there's a lot of different variables to to what is going on with him. But for people who really know, he can't coach. He can't. And when you get to the NFL, he's not going to have the things that benefit him in the NCAA are not going to benefit him in the NFL. And so he belongs where he's at, where he can manipulate situations and he could still be on his recruiting game and things like that. But y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop falling for this for the dumb shit, man. He's not going
That's
to Dallas.
when you when
Let's
you
stop.
I think you're looking at it wrong. I think you have to understand that as a coach in the NFL, the best coaches are people who motivate their team, who push their team to be better. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he does that. Look at Dan Campbell. Look at Mike Tomlin. It's not about the X and the O sometimes. Do you get the best out of the men in the locker room? And I think he can do that because we know that the players are going to respect him. He's a Hall of Famer. He is not a Hall of Famer. He's one of the Hall of Famers. They're going to
Yo, P, you
respect
want to
him.
know a secret about NFL players though?
What?
The NFL players don't give a damn if you a Hall of Famer or not.
They
They
do.
really don't, bro. Bro,
They do.
they really don't, bro.
They
I'm
do.
telling you. Booth hit it right on the nail. He said Jay got a point. He attracts talent well and puts real coaches around him to hide it. He says you can't be a great leader of men and not a great coach. That is a fact.
Booth. That's called.
That's a fact.
That's called. He said you can be a great leader
Yeah,
of men and not a great coach.
yeah, yeah.
Which I'm
That's
not
a
asking
fact.
him to be the great coach. That's called management. That's what you want. You want smart people around you. That's what you want on any team. What do you think that Dan Campbell's doing? He has Ben Johnson right there to call the plays. All he says every game. Fourth down, all he goes is, that's it. Go for it.
Yo, but what I'm
Ben
telling
Johnson
you
do all
is,
the work. Ben Johnson scheme. All right, we're gonna put Amon St. Brown here and all that. He don't do nothing. All he does is inspire and do the rah-rah talk. That's what Coach Prime would do. And they're gonna respect him because he is Coach Prime. He is Deion
P,
Sanders.
P, he is not going to be getting the coaches to the degree that you need to succeed in the NFL. He is not going to be getting those coaches in the NFL. He's getting them right now for the NCAA. It works for the NCAA. Yes, it works good for him. It's not going to happen like that when he gets in the NFL. I'm
Yes, it
telling you.
is.
I'm
That's a
telling you.
game. That's a game-changing meal ticket. That is, if that happens, that's going to feed the NFLs for years. I'm
For
talking
what?
10, 15 years. Coach Prime in Dallas and the
Dude,
Cowboys. I think you're not. I think you are underestimating. I think you're not really thinking right now about Deion Sanders, who he is. If he
It's
goes
gonna
to Dallas, it is going to go absolutely crazy, crazy.
it's gonna have a spark. It's gonna have a spark for a second, and then they're gonna be losing, and then all that momentum and all
Hey,
that shit is gonna go out the window. It's
it's
gonna go right
Coach
out the window.
Coach Prime, Dallas Cowboys together. That's not a spark, man. You tripping?
That is a spark. Nobody's gonna really care. Nobody in the league is honing in on that. It's the league, man. They don't got fans in the league. Like you got college players who's fans of these guys. Like, oh man, that's Coach Prime. I know the notoriety that he's gonna be able to bring and all that other stuff. All of that stuff is gone when you get to the league, man. You got
False.
dudes, you got players that's gonna be looking at Coach Prime like, man, look, you was the man back then.
That's false.
I'm telling you, bro. These players is different, bro. They
These
don't care
players
about
are
all that.
fans. That's what's wrong with this generation. These players are fans. I think you thinking about back in 2008 or something. These right here are
No,
fans.
I feel like players back in the day had more respect. They had more respect. You come in there with a gold jacket, it was more of a yo, man. T.O. walking in the locker room, man. Nah, because T.O. come from that time, so that was a bad example. But like, you could say, yo, LT walking in his locker room, like, yo, man, everybody take your helmets off. Everybody shut up. LT here.
Mhm.
Like, not that now. You see LT? What up, old head? It's just what? It's not the same. It's not, man. It's just these kids is different, bro. They're different. They're different. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Mm.
I see it. So I mean, ultimately, man, I just think that it's just a narrative that sounds good.
It
Media
sounds
is
like, you know
doing
what it
this
sounds
stuff,
like to me though? It sounds like some Giants nervousness to me. Because I think you don't
bro.
want that.
Everything you try to connect
You
everything.
just don't want to lose Shador, man. That's
B,
it.
trust me. I would absolutely love for Coach Prime to coach the Cowboys. I would absolutely love that. It would,
So
hey,
Coach Prime goes to Dallas and then they trade Dak to Tennessee and they also give
see
them a
how y'all
second
making
round
up.
pick. I'm asking you a question. He goes to Dallas. They trade the first pick to Dallas as
Mm-hmm,
well. They give the Titans Dak. They give them probably their next first round pick as well.
mm-hmm,
And maybe another pick, probably another second round pick or something.
mm-hmm. Guess
You
what?
scared about that?
No. You know what? Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter. Come on, man. Come on. Like
That's a great answer.
that's
That's a great
that's all we
answer.
got to do. That's all we got to do. So like, we're not tripping on that. Don't get me wrong. I want Shador. He's my number one option in the draft. That's who I want. But we have a plan B and C.
Mm.
You know what I mean? There's three guys that we really can't lose if we pick these three guys: Shador, Cam Ward, Travis Hunter. Simple as that. So I mean, I'm not mad at either one of the three of those picks.
I just want to make sure I go on record and saying that if y'all get Shador, his career is over before it started. It will not be successful in New York. I just want
I
to make
hope
sure
not.
that is crystal clear.
I hope not. I mean, I wish I could argue that, but after having the season that we've had, it's going to take some convincing for me to argue that point, man. So I mean, I hope not. I don't think so because I do know that under this leadership, under the coaching staff and the GM that we do have right now, if we have another year like how we had this past season, they're gone. They're gone, and you're
Mhm.
hearing it from me first. I'm going to make sure of that. No, that's not a threat. I don't want anybody to get scared or anything, but I will make sure that these guys are gone. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
Gotcha. So with these games coming up, man, it's come down to that time.
Yeah,
Prediction. We have let's start with Kansas City versus the Texans because that's the easy one.
yeah.
What you got?
Kansas City. This is gonna be a tune-up game for Kansas City.
Hmm.
They're gonna get this right out the way. This is gonna be their first playoff game. They could play rusty, and they're still gonna win this game. Simple as that, man. Now, what happens next round for Kansas City, I don't know, but I think Kansas City got this easy.
Okay. I'm same way. It's about to get ugly for them. I am a little bit questionable on how they come back, rust and all that stuff. But with Kansas City, they have enough experience. They're gonna be all right. So I got Kansas City as well.
And Travis Kelsey is supposed to be healthy and ready on full go, ready to rock as well.
Yeah, and
So
Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes, so he was hurt before this started. So
yeah. So like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right, let's go with who you got, Rams or Eagles.
I got the Rams. I got the Rams. And
Let's
Eagles
go.
for round. Yo, I'm keeping it. Yo, mark my words. You remember I said this.
Uh,
Mark my words. They're out of here. Especially they come around playing like how they played this last game. The Rams is gonna smack that ass. Watch, watch.
it's
And what
hard.
they
It's
how the Rams look offensively, man, shit. Ain't nothing about that. Ain't nothing about the Eagles defense that's gonna make me change my mind, man. I got the Rams.
I like the Eagles defense right now. I like what they're doing. So I think you. I think you're not looking at it the right way. Once again, I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think Barkley's on a mission. This whole year, he's trying to prove to a certain organization. He's been trying to prove that a certain organization made a mistake, made a very very terrible mistake of letting a once in a lifetime generational player. It was very clear he was a generational player, very clear. Everybody was talking about it when he was coming out of college, and y'all just let him. Not y'all, excuse me. A certain organization let him walk. I got the Eagles.
You want to know something about the Eagles that you're not really understanding? They're not here. The Eagles are not. The togetherness is not there, and so ultimately you can only go but for so far. Their roster is complete, but that's
Mm,
all that they have is their roster. Coaching is not A1. Their togetherness is not A1. That I
mm,
don't care how many of those sound bites that they put out, bro. It's a damaging locker room. And when it comes down to it, when you get to the trenches and you're gonna be looking to the left and right, and you're gonna be looking for your brother to go into battle with you, it's not gonna be there for the Eagles. The Rams is just a little too much for them. I think Stafford is gonna pick them apart. And and Sirianni, he doesn't like to run. He's running because he knows that he knows that he has to. He knows that he has to. But Sirianni's looking for any reason to put the ball in the air like his dumbass always does, and he's going to throw his way out of the game. Just mark my words, because he knows how the firepower on how the Rams is going to be, man. Simple as that.
hey,
But you
sometimes
think I'm hating, but watch how it goes.
sometimes chaos brings the best out of people. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's not for the
Sometimes a
Eagles.
little chaos brings the best out of people. All right, so
Uh,
next, I'm trying to think where I want to go next. Let's go to Commanders and Lions.
yeah.
What you feel about that?
Uh, to all my Detroit Lion fans that is out there, I just want to greet y'all with the respectful greeting of "What up, though." Um, the Lions is going. The Lions. The Lions gonna put belt their ass on the Commanders, man. Let's stop kidding ourselves. Let's stop kidding ourselves, man. And I say that respectfully, and I'm not even saying that in the sense of like I just don't respect the Commanders in any way. I just know what the Lions is capable of, man. They're just a football team that's all gas, no brakes right now, and they want that bowl, man. They want to at least get to that game, and I just don't think that the Commanders have enough just yet to get there. Now, all respect to the Commanders, like I said, man, I can't hate on them. I really can't. As much as I don't like to see an NFC East team do well, I also can't hate on the fact that they did some good things this year. They got to this point. You can only salute it, to be honest with you. But this is where the parade stops, man. The Lions are going to win.
I just want to say everything I said earlier. I was completely trolling. I was 100% trolling. All right, I just want to make sure that's clear. The Lions are going to win this game, man. They're going to win this
Fact,
game. Things going
fact.
to get ugly. They're going to go make a statement. And I won't be surprised if it's one of those like 42-14 type games, like something crazy. And I think they have to come out like that because of what happened last year. They got to come out this game and make a statement and go ahead and start that momentum, as they go into the NFC Championship, if they have that Super Bowl aspiration. So I definitely
Yeah,
have the Lions win this game.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, and that leads us to the last game, which I think is going to be. This is going to be a game. This
Game
is
of the
going to
week.
be a game of the week. We have the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. Who you got?
Lamar, if you want to do it, you're gonna have to do it right now. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna have to do it right now, man.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You got people rooting for you. Um, you got people in your corner. But the big question mark next to your name is, can he win the whole dance? You have answered everything else, man. Now we need you in the Super Bowl. This is the game right here for me that is gonna be the game. You
Mm.
got the Ravens whose run game is official, and then you got the Bills game whose passing game is what makes them the Bills. Um, I do want the Ravens to win. I want them to win, and I go as far as to say I'm going to pick the Ravens for the simple fact that I am picking them on straight biasness.
Mm.
I think there's been a lot of MVP conversations. Allen Lamar. This game is big. This game is going to define a lot of what Lamar's legacy is going to be.
And Allen.
And Allen. And Allen. But it's a little different for Allen, right? Because Allen Allen his his
Career team with
what's Superman the shit
Kryptonite.
he had his kryptonite.
Mm.
His kryptonite his kryptonite is the Chiefs, and we all know that. We all
Mhm.
know that. So Allen's big game is more with the Chiefs than it is here. But I will say,
Shit, that's both of them.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Nah, I got
Yeah.
If Lamar wins this game, I
Mhm.
got him beating the Chiefs. I got him beating the Chiefs. I got Lamar
Okay.
beating the Chiefs.
More
But
than if Allen wins this game, you
exactly.
still think, okay, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah. So this is just big. This is a big game for Lamar, and you're gonna have to do it, man. You're gonna have to do it, man. This is the time. This is it right here, man. Let's go, man. So I got the Ravens for the simple fact of biasness. The Bills just don't look bad, man. I don't know if the Ravens defense can answer
Mhm.
the challenge on what the Bills can do, but I'm gonna just go with the Ravens just because of that.
Yeah, man, I'm still trying to decide because, like you said, I'm on the defense. I'm focusing on what you're going to do to stop that other quarterback. And I think that the Ravens defense sometimes can struggle versus tight ends, where they had Knox, I think, in Kincaid for Buffalo. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And then Allen and Lamar, they're just in that prime right now. Allen, for once, he's not forcing passes. He's not forcing things at this moment. And same thing for Lamar. He's not forcing passes. And he's running the ball when needs to be. He's getting that first down. And he's getting out of bounds for sliding. And then he has Derrick Henry back there. And I
yeah.
think that's where I'm going. I think that's where I'm giving the edge to the Ravens.
Uh,
Allen don't have Derrick Henry behind him. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's going to help the Ravens push through in the playoffs, be able to just hand the rock off and give it to Henry and say lead the team. Because that's what they're doing. They're giving him the rock and they letting him lead, and then they're playing Lamar off of it. And I think it's just brilliant. So I'm going to go ahead and officially pick the Ravens to win this week.
all right, man. So I mean, hopefully we right about this thing, man. Which ones did we disagree on? Did we disagree on any of them? You got the Eagles, right?
Yeah, the Eagles and Rams. That's what we disagree on.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I want to keep tally. I want to keep tally on this because I want people to. I want it to be a clear display that I just know more about the game than you do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, balling on another level says this stream has been dope. Y'all got something. Thank you,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, man. Yeah,
Love,
yeah.
love.
But yeah, man. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. These games is gonna be interesting. Um, let's let's go ahead and go here though, real quick before we get off. Who we
Okay.
have going to the Super Bowl?
If I'm calling it right now, damn, I'm gonna go. I'm feeling this is the year. I'm going to go Baltimore, Detroit.
Damn, yo, we really twins, yo.
You feel the
We
same way?
really, we really twins. Yo, first of all, that's gonna be a dope, dope Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Dope Super Bowl. Lions and the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
Mm.
What? And then you got Kendrick Lamar, the halftime joint. Oh man, that's fire. That's fire. If that does happen, I'm going. I'm going. I'm out in Detroit, man. I'm doing something in Detroit. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be out in Detroit. I'm gonna do something. But all right, man. Yeah, yeah, I'm with it, man. Look, if you are tuned in to this podcast, man, please make sure that you do your due diligence. You like, you comment, and subscribe. This is brought to you by Proven Grounds Network. Look, man, thank each and every one of you, man, for just rocking with us for the night, man. This is just episode 3 of a lot more to come, man. We're gonna be doing a lot more things, man. I appreciate y'all for just rocking with us, man. That means a lot. If you want to know how you can support those simple things, man, like, comment, and subscribe, and that's how you can get it done, man. P, anything else before we get up out of here?
No, that's it. You said it all, man. Just please, y'all. We thank y'all for being here. Whether you're watching this live or you're gonna be watching this on repeat, you know what I'm saying. Make sure you go ahead and follow TP Way at TP Way the Giant. Follow him on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and right here on YouTube. For myself, please follow me here on YouTube at Proven Grounds with a Z. At Proven Grounds with a Z. We appreciate y'all and salute.
Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, peace.